everyone, I am going to try a process video today and see if I can't remember how to get that done. I am going to kind of scrap lift this canvas that I found on Pinterest. It looks like it was something for like a dorm room or something like that, but I'm going to take inspiration from it and hopefully kind of achieve this look with diagonal pictures this way. I'm not quite sure yet if I'm going to do it straight or across, but I did pull out some colors for this right here, and all I have are the Mr. Huey's Mist from Studio Calico, and I did like a trial test here to see if I liked the colors. So let me go over really quick what they are. So I have Mr. Huey's Bonnie Blue, Powder Blue, this Mint Julep, which is this color right here. It's super cute. And then 3 different pinks, Mary Mary Piglet and Boss Lady, and then an orangey color and a yellow color, Sherbet and Buttercup. I also pulled a couple of other supplies from my stash, some really old supplies for some of them. This is a Making Memories. I believe these are epoxy brads. Yes, yes, that's what they are. That's what they are. So I have these, some enamel shapes from my mind's eye, some jewels, I guess that's what it's called, from the Scrapbook Expo of some sort, and then this washi tape that's it just says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in kind of that minty color, some acetate labels here, some labels also from LA Studio, a chipboard set by Teresa Collins, and a sticker set from Amy Tangerine. So I've got those set aside, hopefully embellish after all the painting is done. And then I wanted to do a whole bunch of different fonts for the title up here. So I pulled several stickers in kind of the color scheme. I wish I had like a peachy orange to go with, oh, I guess that goes. I've done several of the same set because it was one of my favorites when I first bought it. So I really wish I did have a color to go with these two, but I figured if I kept it down to like 3 main colors, it wouldn't seem like too much. So let me get started and hopefully I can get this done. I'm not really into mixed media. I love how it looks. However, I know I'm not very good at it. So we'll see how it goes. Thanks, guys. Hi everyone. Okay, so I am going to add some gesso in just the angled bottom right corner of the 12 by 12 page. I made a huge mess on my desk with it just because I'm, like I said, not very good at doing mixed media. I love the way it looks and how other people are able to accomplish what they're doing. However, I just never seem to get it right. It took me forever to do the watercolor or the melting crayon effect of it dripping off the page. But in the end, I really like how it turned out. So after I go ahead and clean off my desk, try to get the paper to lay a little bit flatter than how it was drying. I have 2 3x3 photos and 3 2x3 photos, and since the angle is a lot longer than the 12 inches, I needed extra stuff to fill in the empty spaces. So I pulled out let's see, some embellishments from Dear Lizzie from an older set that I still have, and of course it wasn't anything that I showed previously before I started. So I end up going with just those 2 tags there, or 2 die cuts. One that says "You are awesome" and the bluish love card. The jar and the journaling card actually don't make it onto the page at the end. So I pull out a scrap piece of paper in attempts to keep it from dripping on my desk, and I think it took a long time because I was trying my best not to spill the paint as I'm
trying to drip it down the page. I am missing it with a small, like Mr. Huey's, or not Mr. Huey's, I'm sorry. It's like a small Tim Holtz mister that I have. That's very tiny. It's not like a big bottle or anything like that. So, um, and then in order to fill up the spaces that's not really um, getting covered up by me turning and twisting the page, I just go ahead and kind of color it in um, with the dauber itself. So, and I'm okay with the colors blending together. I really like how that ends up looking in the end. And I just continue to go through and dab with my paper towel all the excess ink that isn't going to dry up as I continue to work the mist down the page. So as you can see, I'm just kind of coloring in and filling in spaces that I want it to fill. The green, or not the green, but the mint and the pink didn't really blend well together. So I was doing my best not to get it to touch or kind of like flow into each other. And for the most part, it turned out well. Um, and I think what really ended up throwing me off for doing this entire page is the fact that it's at a diamond shape, and you would think that it wouldn't be that big of a difference since, I mean, it's literally just a square tilted. It really did throw me off. Everything just looked wrong. And in the end, I mean, it comes out okay. And unfortunately, my video ends up cutting off here towards the end of the layout, but really all it is just me adding extra stuff, and I was very uncertain of how to fill in the gaps. So as soon as you start seeing me pull out the alphas, it'll cut to the finished page. But this is what took the most time, was getting the splatters down the page just right and kind of filling up that white space there on the bottom. So just doing the last one, the yellow here. I was really impressed. I kind of had a system down. By the time I was done towards the end, I was like, oh man, I wish I could start over because I know what I'm doing now. But I wasn't about to waste all this hard work. I went ahead and I added some splatters of each of the colors roughly in the same area as the same color drips there on the page. And even though I used my heat gun, it didn't really dry all the way. And you'll see at the back of my photos that there is actually paint there. So I don't think I got anything anywhere else on the page than where I wanted to, so that was kind of nice. I'm going to go ahead and back my photos with some white cardstock. I wasn't initially going to do it, but I have a hard time not doing it since it's something that I do on every single page. So when I think, oh, I'm not going to back it on white cardstock, I usually end up doing it anyways because it's just a habit. I like the border, and I like using the actual paper instead of printing my photos with the white border initially. So, and I don't like wide borders. I just like just a little bit. So an eighth, I think, is what it is. An eighth of a border around the entire thing. And so the pictures weren't exactly a 2x3 or 3x3, so I ended up having to cut it down a little bit. And then this one, the picture of my dog, it it didn't look like I cut the photo straight, but you can't tell because everything is on an angle, so everything looks off. So you can't tell that it's necessarily crooked on the page itself. So it's just me being OCD and picky about the actual shape of the border in the photo together. So I'm gonna go ahead and line up my photos and then and then I'm going to add some dimensional foam to the back of the 3x3 pictures to help it pop off the page a little bit more since they are the bigger picture. Everyone else is in a single photo except for the bigger size pictures. So, and I'm just going to place that there and then arrange them in kind of a messy line and stagger the pictures so that they don't line up exactly. So some are tucked in underneath each other and some are going to be um, raised up off the page. A couple of the extra embellishments that I pulled that you're not going to be able to see are a wood veneer house by Studio Calico and some white hearts that I just randomly had on my desk. What else is there on my page? There's going to be a medallion looking thing or a medallion like what's it called? Dimensional sticker that's from, I believe, Maggie Holmes, uh, from an older collection of hers. Um, and then, what else is there? Oh, and some kind of translucent sequins. But for the most part, that's it. Nothing else different that I pulled out of my stash that that I can remember. Um, These are some mint colored thickers. I believe I showed all of them at the beginning of the episode. I have names for all of them, and they're, like I said, they're all super old. I have a lot of old stash that I'm just trying to work through and keep from buying new stuff, even though I really, really want to. All the new stuff is always so fun. So this font here is definitely one of my favorites. I don't use it as often as I should, so hopefully within the next few in the next few videos, I'll be using it a lot more because I didn't realize I actually had 3 packs of them, which is crazy. So, and then these are some other smaller circular alphas. I tried to pull the ones that kind of matched. So, and arranging the letters, across the page was definitely a lot more time consuming than I expected. I enjoyed the paint so much more than arranging the letters. So here is the finished page, and I'm sorry I didn't get to film all of it. I didn't realize that my camera had stopped filming. So hopefully in the next video I can actually get this right. And then you guys can see the entire process. But you can kind of see close-ups of all the little details of, things that I pulled from my stash. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!